A lot of people would say luxury property market is all about connection. Like you have to go rub shoulder with people. Skill doesn't really matter. Just need to know the right people. Tell us about the deal, the biggest deal that you have ever done.
The 5 million deal.
Her little action like this, talking about a property, leads to a 5 million deal.
Selling has always been a very hard thing for me to do because I don't like to push. So you just need to find what is suitable for you.
A lot of people would say, for this luxury property market it's all about connection. Like you have to go rub shoulder with people, go to networking event, this fine dining, whatever. Then only you can get down to the buyers.
Right.
Skill doesn't really matter. Just need to know the right people. What do you think about this?
Okay, I think skills matters a lot. I don't think that you can only depend on skills or connection. It works hand in hand. So as a real estate agent, especially in a high-end market, we also need to be able to filter and understand and gauge if the client is genuine. So sometimes you have clients asking you for drinks, spending time. I always say that there's something called cost opportunity. As a real estate agent, you need to know who you spend time with, and you need to know where is the direction of that entire follow-up. Of course, building connection, building network is really important, but it's not just about that. It's about your knowledge, the feeling that you can bring to your client. Are you able to give a very trustworthy feeling, professional feeling? Yeah, of course, off work we can do networking, we can do dinner, we can do drinking session, but I don't think it's just that. We will need certain knowledge and skill set to handle clients like that.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, you know someone who is rich enough, who might have intention, you still got to show them that you are the one who can help them with the whole process.
You need to have, business is business, right? When it comes to a property transaction, you need to portray that you're able to handle things. You're able to bring them good deals or whatever. It's not just about talking, chit-chatting and liking and trusting.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
You still got to make sure that they feel that you are professional.
Correct.
Or else why would they deal with a few million kind of thing with you? Yeah, okay. Now, let me just ask you one more question before we move on to the next. Tell us about the deal, the biggest deal that you have ever done.
The 5 million deal, right?
5 million deal. Where does the customer come from?
The customer is actually a network of mine, right? My friend, okay? And what I did was I decided to one day just do some research on a property near my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I made the decision to just record it and give very precise information in that 1 minute video.
1 minute video.
Yeah. And I post it online in that neighborhood and also in my Instagram, YouTube and all that, Facebook. And this friend of mine saw it and he actually inquired for it. So that is how it started. I will say that to get the lead, sometimes it's as simple as that. Maybe not like putting money or Facebook or doing ads, but sometimes organically, right? That's one. And if you ask me easy or not, no, not that easy because we have a lot of process. Of course, surrounding property, right? There is also other choices.
You need to compare it with him.
Compare, and we need to bring out the value of the developer, the location. Thankfully, the entire process went well. It's also a lot about negotiating the packages with the developer. So not just about property knowledge, but also human skills, how to negotiate and how to balance in between the developer offer and also what they wanted and also, reasoning and all.
Yeah, of course, when we talk about all this like luxury buyer, of course, they will still negotiate a little bit. Right? Okay, yeah. Speaking of that, I want to add on to the point. It's not exactly like finding new strangers online from Facebook or, wherever, but it's more like your already network, your organic network, right? But eventually, you don't reach them by texting them or calling them. You reach them through social media as well.
Yes.
But it's because of that action. You film a video of yourself and then you post it and then he inquired.
Yep.
May I ask a question? Do you have professional camera or do you just use
No, not at all.
No
I just have a mic and my style is always like, hi.
selfie phone, right?
Yeah, and then I put in whatever content information. Sometimes clients don't look at the quality of the video, but more like the content.
Which is good. This is important, guys. For those of you who just like always think about I don't have professional camera lighting and all, I don't want to take action. Nah, her little action like this, talking about a property leads to a 5 million deal.
Correct.
Wow. You keep asking yourself that question and take delay lah. Okay, right? Regarding that 5 million deal lah. I mean, that's like one of the biggest lah.
Yeah.
Right. Like, tell us about
biggest.
the feeling, the time, like when you were doing this.
The feeling was, because the entire process was quite long as well. So it's like up and down. Once we collected the booking, of course, we are happy, right? But there are a lot of problems and challenges that arise that we have to solve the problem, solve. So there's a lot of worry and anxiety in between as well, because we wanted the deal to go through, because it was a breakthrough and it means something to us.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really important. So I worked with some of our team members, right, on this deal, and we felt really scared at a certain point that it got to drop off. But sometimes it's the emotional stability in the entire deal. So don't get too scared or anxiety over a small little problem. It's just by solving it. You just have to calm down, understand what is the problem, solve the problem, one step at a time. And we did that. So calm down, guys, solve it, that's it. We just do our best, that's it. Leave it to God.
I want to ask, because like I myself, my biggest deal ever that I've closed is 1.5 million. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I never go any higher than that.
It's okay, you have your team members to do it.
No, but I do want to ask, because like in my whole career, whenever we see something as big as that, like one person coming with 5 million to buy something, right? I always think that, hey, actually, is this true, or is this like real? Would it go through? You know, is it a scam or whatever?
Definitely.
Like, do you have the kind of feeling?
I do actually. On the uglier side of this segment, right? Sometimes you might experience people who just ask, and I want 10 units, I want the entire floor.
Yeah. One time there was a guy who gave you a check to buy 50. Remember?
Yes. I was so famous. I still keep the copy of the check. I wanted to keep this.
What, 200K or something like that?
250K.
250K,
Yeah. So I think sometimes we need to filter, and I am grateful that it happened, because now that it happened, right, every time I meet someone that is like that, I know how to ask the right question. Yeah. So I know I'm not like so excited anymore. I think one key thing about being real estate agent is to always maintain your emotion stable.
Be stoic.
Yes, calm, and then just go through the process. They are human as well. And if you close the deal, don't be like super excited. Just follow through.
Yes.
If you drop that case, it's okay. Next one will come. So I think the emotion stability is really important.
Yeah, I think this is very, very important, actually, especially when dealing with luxury property. Because I don't know lah, most people when they sell mass market product, one deal is like 500K, 700K. So they accumulate the sales to be 3 million, for example. But among the 3 million, there's like 5-6 units, right? So if they drop one, it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah.
But for luxury property, one drop case is
correct,
like 2M, 3M.
Because it doesn't come every day.
Yeah. But if it convert, then it's also 2M, 3M.
Yes.
Yeah. So most important, I think, still is the emotional stability. I think that's important.
Keep it calm.
Yeah. Okay, like, bring us to the next point. How do you maintain, instead of maintain, I would say, how do you build trust and relationship with all these high-end customers?
Right. Okay. Good question. I do have colleagues who come and ask me, hey, how do you build rapport or build that trust? Yeah. And they kind of feel anxiety when it comes to personal connection. The reason why is I figure out is that because when you build rapport with a client, building relationship with a client, you are building based on intention. At the back of your mind, you keep thinking, how do I link it back to that transaction deal, right?
Yes.
And that's why people can feel it. You're fake. Yeah, you are asking questions just to dig information, or you want to get close to get the deal done. So I would say that in the entire process is about, it's not about you, but it's about the person. So you can start asking questions genuinely out of the deal, topics out of the deal, like things like what industry are you coming from? What makes you go into the industry? What makes you so successful? It's about him. Talk about him. Asking sincere questions, connection. I think that's really important. Not just about going out, having coffee with a client and thinking, okay, how do I link back to that deal? So when you are constantly thinking about that, your questions and your behavior will lead to a feeling where people will feel worried and defensive. So you will not have a very genuine connection with your client.
Talking about that, like I mean, usually the agent SOP is that calling the client, inviting him or her to the showroom. So how do you do that kind of connection in the showroom? Because obviously you're there to sell. So how do you manage that?
I think the feeling comes from the entire process. From the moment you do calling, you need to use good choice of words. Not like, come to the showroom and buy or place booking. These are very heavy words which people will feel defensive.
Yeah, high
So
commitment.
you need to let them know that they are comfortable and safe in your hands, whereby they are coming here to do comparison, to survey. So things like, I'm sure you wanted to check out this property to do a comparison, to make a more informed decision. These are the things that you need to let them know, maybe choice of words, how you communicate, to let them know that, I'm safe going out with this person. She's not going to push me anything, right? So not too pushy, but also progress in the entire transaction.
So the relationship building starts from the phone call.
Yeah. In fact, from your WhatsApp as well.
In fact, from the video as well.
Yeah. So you got to let them know that when they see how you present, they feel comfortable and safe, which is true, not pretending.
I think that is actually some skill that takes time for you to pick up, right? Who teach you this, or how do you pick up this skill? Like initially, of course, you want to sell, close, right?
Yeah, I mean, selling has always been a very tough thing for me to do because I don't like to push. So you just need to find what is suitable for you. For me, I like to solve problems. So I feel that I view sales, right, as solving a problem. When they come to the sales gallery or when they want to buy something, it's always a problem that they want to solve. They want to buy for their kids, for retirement, for investment. So I think this is really important, understanding the client's requirement, and then only you share to them what is available.
So you wouldn't jump into the project immediately.
No, I wouldn't.
You spend more time talking to the client,
Yeah.
like fact finding and maybe.
Yes, because I believe solving their issue or problem is the most important thing. There's so many projects, not each project might suit them.
Take us through the process. Like imagine I'm your client. Today I go to view like whatever property. How would you start the conversation with me?
I will ask, what is the reason why you come to this gallery, for what purpose? Understanding the purpose, the initial purpose is really important.
Why they want to buy property?
Yeah, why? For what purpose? For status? For your children? Or for investment? Yeah. If it's for investment, I think the entire process is asking genuine question. Let them understand that you're asking valid question to help us, right? To serve them better that way. I mean, they know that we are in sales, but we got to assist through the process and go deep down into the real problem. So if I know that you are looking for studio unit or investment friendly, or maybe you have a certain budget limitation, I wouldn't push something of a high value.
Too high, yes.
Yeah. So I will need to portray that, this is of this concept, might not be suitable for you. Yeah. So what are the other options?
So it's more like
asking the right questions. Yeah. And making them feel that you don't just ask for the sake of asking. Ask for the sake of how to serve him better. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say like today the client shows up and you already built a relationship. Usually would you go for the close immediately, or how does it work? What usually is the kind of buying signal that you pick up, then you try to go for it?
I will always, as a salesperson, you always ask. You always ask, but also have an expectation that this might not, close immediately on the spot. Yeah. So how do I do it is you got to gauge at the entire process. The first point of contact when they come in, look at their questions that they ask, and then also look at their behavior, if they are ready or not. So things like, what is the booking fee like? What is the available unit? So I think sometimes it's about picking the right question and understanding, they're ready, or no, this is just surveying. Yeah. But ask anyway.
Just try to go for the...
Yes. Yeah. But not in a pushy way, because again, choice of words is really important.
How would you make it not pushy?
This is the last unit available that is that fits your requirement, right? If you are keen, we can secure this under your name and put it under your ownership, and let's get the paperwork done. So no, yeah, and we can get the paperwork done, and we can start off with the move forward with the next step, things
Then
like
you
that.
just
So
wait.
you don't feel like please booking now. Pay 50,000. Where's your credit card? I mean, yeah. So
Yeah,
things
by the
like
way,
that.
booking fee can be as high as 50K.
Yes, could be 50,000. So I feel sometimes you can ask in a more subtle way, not being pushy, but just moving to a next process. Also, you probably want to ask it anyway so that you can gauge if they're ready.
Yeah, and their commitment level is it
Yes,
very high?
So probably if they say not yet, then follow through and ask when is the best timing to touch base. That's really important. So that you have a direction when and how to follow up.
Okay, regarding all this like high-end customer, they're very busy, they have their tight schedule, they probably don't want to pick up your call or whatever. Let's say they view the property, they decided not to go ahead yet. How would you follow up with them? How often? And what kind of messages will you send to them?
I mean, there's no general rule to do that, but my way is usually 1 week once, or ask them when is the best timing, yeah. And also, if they drag too long, I think you can actually try reminding them why they pay a visit at the first point of contact. Sometimes they forget and they get too busy. So you can actually ask them, I'm sure you come to our gallery or you meet me because of a certain reason and you want to get this done, right? So I want to assist through and see what we can do to speed up the process. Yeah, I understand that you're busy, but I can help you to make things a lot less hassle.
Would you like record a voice message, send message, or call?
Yeah, actually I do all. Just try.
Okay,
So I WhatsApp and then I do a voicemail. Voicemail is really important so that people can listen, feel, and also do a call. But most likely, probably you won't get a call because they're so busy, right? You didn't get to connect with them.